Hi, and welcome to week 3. In week 3, you're going to develop a better understanding of literal, inferential, and critical comprehension. You're going to actually compare those 3 types of comprehension. You're going to look into biographies. And as a group, you're going to create an annotated bibliography. So this is the work this week. And let me see if I click this on. There we go. This makes it a little bit better for you to see. So you're viewing the video. That's the first activity of this week. The second activity will be to read chapter 7 and 8 in your textbook, Dynamic Social Studies. After you've done that, you can move on to the third activity, which is your social-emotional learning activity. So you're going to click on this link to view a video to explain the social-emotional culture anchor competencies. This is the framework that we use in our social-emotional learning curriculum. If you are familiar with social-emotional learning, you know that when you teach social-emotional learning to your students, the research shows that they will be much more successful in their academic curriculum. So that's why we work as teachers to teach both. We teach the social-emotional learning, the skills that help our kids live everyday lives, and then we also, of course, teach our academics. So I want you to view the video. This is the video here for that. This is the framework. It looks like the small little picture here, and you'll see just a larger here. And then what I want you to do is to click on this Padlet here, and there are listed across the top headings for each of the 8 competencies that you will learn about in this video and that you'll see on the framework. And what I want you to do is post some information for at least 5 of those 8 competencies that you know. Use the anchor framework or the information from the video. You may know not a whole lot, but you'll be able to share some of the information that you do know. You can also Google them if you'd like as well for some more information, but you're going to add your information on this Padlet. The next activity is to look at literal, inferential, and critical comprehension. So you're going to create a document comparing literal, inferential, and critical comprehension, and you're going to explain how those levels of comprehension can be supported in the social studies curriculum in the classroom. You're going to use evidence from the textbook and any sources that you've researched, and you're going to post your work in this Dropbox. Then I want you to take a look at biographies. You're going to select one of the websites in the list and respond to the questions about the website chosen. You're going to see the websites and the questions in this document below. So click on this document. It will bring up and you'll see a list of websites. You can choose one of them and then you're going to respond to the questions about that website. This is the last activity is your group work activity, and that is you're going to click on this link here, and it should take you to this right here. Except for you won't see this. I see this because this is my the instructor's view, but you're going to actually see the people in your group. So now each group will develop an annotated biography of trade books as social studies resources, and you're going to use the following genres: historical fiction, folk tales, fantasy, and poetry for your annotated bibliography. Each member will select one of the 4 genres and locate 5 books from that genre to use as a social studies resource. Now, you will need to, as a group, decide who will take which genre, and then once each member has located 5 books, the images, a synopsis of the book, and how it can be used to teach social studies topic, the group will then develop an annotated bibliography. So that means one person in your group will have to put all of the information together so it's one annotated bibliography. Make sure you use APA style. This is to practice this, 7th edition, an image of the cover of the book, the genre, and a brief synopsis of the book. Include how the book you selected as a resource is a resource for teaching social studies, and you're going to post your group's annotated bibliography in this Dropbox. So there are several things you need to do. First, you need to select what genre you want and let your group know you're going to work on that. You're going to pick 5 books from that genre that you could use as a social studies resource. And then what you will do in creating this, and you can set this template up so everybody uses the same template, you're going to you're going to show the 5 books you selected, the images, which means the cover of the book, a short summary or synopsis of the book, and how you can use it as a social in social studies as a resource. And that is your group work this week. I'm going to go back to week 3 here again. There's some your assignment this week is your twin text assignment is due this week. That is picking 2 books that have on the same topic. One could be fiction, one could be nonfiction. They both could be fiction, they both could be nonfiction. And you're going to actually compare those using the criteria from this assignment. This is the link to the Dropbox. So there are some other reminders besides the assignment that's due. I want you to be thinking about your cultural learning experience. It's due week 4. You make sure you plan ahead to complete this experience in person. This is not a virtual experience. You are not going to do something online. You're going to actually go someplace that's different from the culture that either is your culture or one that you're used to, and you're going to go experience another culture. You could go to a church. You could go to a festival. You could go to a restaurant. You could go to a store, a grocery store, and maybe create a dish that is not typically of your culture. And you're going to then talk about your experience and reflect on your experience. Again, here is the Dropbox and the assignment description if you need that. That's a link for that. Don't forget, you should be completing your volunteer hours as well. If you haven't had it pre-approved by me, please send me an email letting me know what you're doing so that I can say, yes, that's appropriate. You can go ahead. Remember, if you don't do the community service, I can't give you credit for it, and you will have to take the 1-hour community service class that's offered by the university if you don't take this class and get credit for it here. So please, why take an extra class if you don't need to, especially on one with community service that you're already involved in here in this class. So just let me know what you're doing. And that's it for week 3. Again, if you have questions or you have any concerns, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you online this week.